Italy, a haven of masterpieces that transcends generations, where ancient architecture meets the harmony of a powerful and captivating nature. For centuries, its mountainous landscapes, fertile valleys, and shimmering seas have inspired artists, poets, and travelers, enchanted by its unmistakable diversity and magic. Walking through its cities and villages is to experience a balance between human legacy and the vastness of the natural world. Here the past and present meet in perfect symphony, weaving stories that remain alive in the stones of its cathedrals and in the fields that ripple with the wind. But over the centuries, Italy has also felt the relentless force of nature. Devastating volcanic eruptions and earthquakes have shaped not only the country's geography, but also the resilient spirit of its people. Paradoxically, these events, though tragic, have sculpted some of the most breathtaking landscapes the world has ever seen. On this journey, we will explore Italy's hidden corners and unveil the secrets of its diverse regions. Beyond the iconic destinations such as Rome, Florence, and Venice, we will dive into places of untouched beauty and fascinating history, where time seems to have stood still. Cinque Terre, Liguria. Cinque Terre, located on the Ligurian coast in northwestern Italy, is a charming Mediterranean gem composed of 5 picturesque villages: Monterosso al Mare, Vernazza, Corniglia, Manarola, and Riomaggiore. Each has a unique personality, but all share the beauty of dramatic landscapes, steep cliffs, colorful houses, and a culture deeply rooted in the region's maritime and agricultural traditions. The 5 villages, recognized as a UNESCO World Heritage Site, are connected by trails, railway tracks, and, for the more adventurous, boats that navigate along the rugged coastline. Their history dates back to the Middle Ages, when fishing communities began to settle on the steep hills, creating terraced systems for cultivation, especially of grapes and olives. These traditions remain alive today, with centuries-old vineyards and the production of wine and olive oil still playing an essential role in the local economy. Monterosso al Mare, the largest and westernmost of the 5 villages, is known for its beaches, which stand out on the predominantly rocky coast of Cinque Terre. The crystal-clear waters invite visitors for a swim, while the old historic center reveals medieval churches such as San Giovanni Battista, built in the 8th century. The town is also home to the imposing Capuchin convent, located atop a hill with breathtaking views of the sea. Monterosso is the perfect destination for those looking to combine history and seaside relaxation. Vernazza. Vernazza, often considered the most charming of the 5, is a village with narrow, winding streets leading to a small harbor, surrounded by colorful houses that seem stacked upon each other. This is one of the few natural harbors in Cinque Terre where fishing boats still dock, preserving the atmosphere of a traditional village. The Church of Santa Margherita d'Antioquia, located by the sea, is a Gothic structure that bears witness to the region's rich history. From Vernazza, iconic trails depart, such as the one leading to Monterosso, offering breathtaking views. The name Vernazza likely derives from the Latin word verna, meaning native or authentic. This reflects the local character of the community, which for many years dedicated itself to fishing, agriculture, and winemaking. During the Middle Ages, Vernazza thrived as a maritime trade center, supplying olive oil, wine, and agricultural products to other parts of Italy and Europe. If you have ever had the opportunity to visit Italy, share your experience with us in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel to stay up to date with all our latest videos. Corniglia. The only village that does not have direct access to the sea. It is situated atop a hill about 328 feet above sea level. To get there, visitors must climb the famous Ladarina, a staircase with 377 steps, or take a local shuttle. Corniglia is quieter and less touristy, making it perfect for those seeking a slower pace. Its narrow streets, surrounding vineyards and panoramic views of the coastline create a unique and welcoming atmosphere. Corniglia's architecture reflects its ancient history, which dates back to Roman times. The narrow streets, lined with colorful houses adorned with flowers, create a postcard-worthy setting. The buildings, often 3 or 4 stories tall, are typically Italian, with pastel-colored facades that contrast with the deep blue of the distant sea. Small squares appear unexpectedly between the alleys, offering perfect spots for a break and to appreciate the tranquility that seems to envelop the entire village. Piazza Taraggio, the village's main square, is the beating heart of Corniglia. In this charming space, visitors will find cozy cafes, small restaurants, and a welcoming atmosphere. One of the square's highlights is the Church of San Pietro, a remarkable example of Ligurian Gothic architecture, dating back to the 14th century. Its interior is equally impressive, with artistic details reflecting the devotion and talent of the local people over the centuries. Manarola. Manarola, on the other hand, is one of the most photographed villages in Italy, thanks to its colorful houses perched on a cliff, offering spectacular views. This village is famous for producing siacchetra, a sweet dessert wine that is one of the region's proudest traditions. Manarola is also the starting point of the famous Via dell'Amore, the Path of Love, which connects the village to Rio Maggiore, offering a romantic walk with stunning sea views. Despite attracting thousands of visitors every year, the village maintains an authentic and peaceful atmosphere, where locals still live a simple life connected to nature. This duality of being both an international icon and a community deeply rooted in its traditions is what makes Manarola so special. Access to Manarola is limited, which helps preserve its authenticity. The village is part of a national park, and car circulation is restricted. Most visitors arrive by train, disembarking at a station located inside a tunnel carved into the rock. This geographical isolation has helped preserve the natural beauty and rich cultural heritage of the region. Rio Maggiore. The easternmost village of Cinque Terre is one of the most vibrant and lively, with a rich cultural life and numerous restaurants serving fresh seafood. Its colorful houses cascade down the hillsides to the small harbor, creating a picturesque landscape that looks like something out of a painting. Rio Maggiore is also the perfect place for diving and snorkeling, thanks to its clear waters and abundant marine life. The main village of Rio Maggiore developed around a stream, which inspired its name, Rivus Major. Over the centuries, this small watercourse was channeled, but its presence can still be felt in the geography of the area. The narrow streets, twisting and intertwining like veins, lead visitors through a charming labyrinth of alleys, staircases, and hidden squares. Walking through these passages, it is easy to imagine the generations that lived and worked here, creating a resilient community deeply connected to its environment. The architecture of Rio Maggiore is unmistakable. The houses have vibrant facades painted in shades of yellow, red, orange, and pink, a tradition that, according to local custom, helped fishermen identify their homes from the sea. Many of these houses have two main entrances, one facing the upper street and another leading to the lower street, reflecting the ingenious adaptation to the mountainous terrain. The windows and balconies adorned with flower pots invite contemplation, evoking a sense of community that still endures. The cuisine of Cinque Terre is a world of its own, rich in flavors and local products. Genovese pesto, made with fresh basil grown on the Ligurian hills, olive oil, pine nuts, garlic, and Parmesan cheese, is one of the region's most iconic dishes. Another specialty is focaccia, often seasoned with rosemary, olives, or onions. The seafood, always fresh, appears in dishes such as marinated anchovies, stuffed mussels, and pasta with seafood sauce. To accompany these delicacies, local wines like Cinque Terre DOC and the previously mentioned Chiacchietra are essential. Beyond its natural beauty and culinary traditions, Cinque Terre is a paradise for hiking enthusiasts. The network of trails connecting the villages offers breathtaking views of the sea and mountainous landscapes. The Blue Trail Sentiero Azzurro is the most popular and links all the villages along the coast. However, there are many other lesser-known trails that climb the hills, cross vineyards, and lead to spectacular panoramic viewpoints. Alpine Ibex. In the Bergamasque Alps to the north, we find the Alpine Ibex, creatures that defy gravity in their struggle for survival. These mountain goats, with their remarkable balance, climb nearly vertical slopes where only rocks and moss can hold on. Their calculated movements turn the impossible into an everyday feat, while their specially adapted hooves grip even the narrowest rocky ledges. Among the glacial valleys of Gran Paradiso National Park, the oldest in Italy, these ibex find refuge. Located in the Western Alps, the park is a sanctuary of alpine meadows, cascading waterfalls, and untouched tranquility. Here, silence is broken only by the sound of flowing water and the echo of winds sweeping through the mountains. Descending to the heart of Umbria, we are greeted by the breathtaking Cascata delle Marmore, one of the tallest waterfalls in Europe. Despite its wild and natural appearance, this marvel is actually a work of human ingenuity, created in the 3rd century before Christ by Roman consul Manius Curius Dentatus. The waterfall was designed to drain the Velino River, whose waters threatened to flood the region. Today, it is not only a testament to the technical skill of the ancient Romans, but also a visually and sonically mesmerizing experience. The volume of water plunging over the rocks creates a mist that dances with the sunlight, painting the air with fleeting rainbows. In Sicily, Mount Etna rises like a sleeping giant, though it rarely remains silent. One of the most active volcanoes in the world, its eruptions have been recorded since ancient Greek times, According to mythology, Etna was the forge of Hephaestus, the god of fire, where he crafted weapons for the gods of Olympus. The volcanic activity of Etna is a continuous spectacle, from simple gas emissions to powerful explosions that send jets of lava into the sky. Each eruption tells the story of a planet in formation. The basaltic lava, fluid and incandescent, flows down the slopes, creating new land while erasing the old. In the Dolomites, in the eastern Italian Alps, the mountains seem to emerge from a dream. Formed millions of years ago by submerged coral reefs, these time-sculpted rocks take on a pinkish hue at sunrise and sunset, a phenomenon known as enrosadura. The valleys of the Dolomites are adorned with dense forests, crystal-clear lakes and meadows that burst into vibrant colors during the summer. Along winding trails, one can find an almost mystical peace as the distant sound of mountain streams and the scent of pine trees fill the air. Arena of Verona. The Arena of Verona, one of the most majestic and well-preserved amphitheaters of antiquity, is a living testament to the power and ingenuity of ancient Rome. Located in the heart of Verona, Italy, this impressive monument is much more than a symbol of architectural history. It is a place where past and present meet, where the voices of antiquity echo through the centuries, and where art continues to flourish. Built around the year 30 after Christ, during the reign of Emperor Tiberius, the arena was designed as a public entertainment space. With a capacity of approximately 30,000 spectators, the amphitheater served as a stage for gladiator combats, wild animal hunts, executions, and eventually theatrical performances. These activities were essential to Roman public life, reinforcing the culture of spectacle that dominated the empire. What makes the Arena of Verona unique among Roman amphitheaters is its remarkable preservation. Unlike the Colosseum, which suffered significant damage due to earthquakes and the reuse of its materials over the centuries, the arena's structure remains almost intact. Its original outer facade, made of white and pink limestone from the Valpolicella region, was partially destroyed by an earthquake in the 12th century, but the inner core, composed of bricks and local stones, withstood time and still impresses visitors. The oval shape of the arena, measuring approximately 452 feet in length and 358 feet in width, is a testament to the precision and planning of Roman engineers. This configuration not only provided excellent visibility from all angles, but also facilitated the efficient movement of large crowds. The entrance system, known as vomitoria, allowed thousands of spectators to enter and exit quickly, a remarkable innovation for its time. During the Middle Ages, the arena's function changed significantly. With the decline of the Roman Empire and the abolition of gladiatorial combat, the amphitheater was adapted for other uses. At various times it served as a fortress, a refuge, and even a marketplace. The grandeur of the building was never forgotten, and it remained an important landmark for the city. It was only during the Renaissance, however, that the arena began to be appreciated for its artistic potential. In 1913, the opera Aida by Giuseppe Verdi was performed for the first time in the amphitheater, marking the beginning of its modern era as a venue for musical performances. Since then, the Arena of Verona has become synonymous with classical music and opera, attracting artists and spectators from around the world. The acoustics of the arena is another element that sets it apart. Even in its vastness, the structure provides a surprising sound quality. allowing voices and instruments to resonate with impressive clarity. This feature, combined with the historical setting and magical atmosphere, creates an unparalleled experience for the audience. During the Verona Opera Festival, held annually, the arena transforms into a grand stage, illuminated by torches and surrounded by the enthusiasm of thousands of spectators. In addition to operas, the arena also hosts concerts, cultural events, and modern performances, showcasing its incredible versatility. Renowned artists from Luciano Pavarotti to contemporary pop stars have performed in this legendary venue. With every event, the arena reaffirms its status as one of the greatest stages in the world. But the Arena of Verona is not just a performance space. It is also a monument of memories. Walking through its galleries and stone seats, it is impossible not to imagine the events it has witnessed over 2,000 years. The stories of gladiators fighting for their lives, the cheers of enthusiastic crowds, and the echoes of past eras, all of this is ingrained in its walls. The arena's relationship with the city of Verona is equally profound. Located in Piazza Bra, the city's largest square, the arena is the beating heart of Verona, surrounded by cafes, restaurants, and historic buildings. Its cultural impact is undeniable, contributing to the UNESCO World Heritage status that the city holds. Verona, with its cobblestone streets, balconies that inspired the story of Romeo and Juliet, and nearby vineyards, is a city that blends the charm of the past with the vitality of the present. The arena is, without a doubt, its brightest jewel, a constant reminder of its rich history and its position as a center of art and culture. Today, millions of tourists visit the Arena of Verona every year, marveling at its grandeur and touched by the aura of its history. It remains a symbol of resilience, beauty, and the power of human creativity. Whether attending an opera under the stars or simply admiring its imposing architecture, the arena is an unforgettable experience. The Arena of Verona is, above all, a celebration of the human spirit. From its construction in Roman times to its use as a modern stage, it represents adaptability, the preservation of history, and a love for the arts. In a constantly changing world, the arena stands as a silent witness to time. A place where every stone tells a story, and every performance creates a new memory. The Dolomite Mountains. The Dolomite Mountains, with their towering formations and unique beauty, are a true natural spectacle. During sunset, the rocks of these mountains take on a pink or reddish hue, transforming the landscape into a masterpiece of nature. The Tre Cime di Lavaredo, among the most photographed peaks in the Dolomites and all the Alps, offer a breathtaking landscape. With vertical walls to the north and gentler slopes to the south, these mountains present a fascinating contrast. The terrain reveals in its trails and slopes traces of human presence throughout history. Among the remnants, there are bunkers built during World War I, silent witnesses of a turbulent past, now set in an environment that exudes peace and serenity. In the heart of Trentino Alto Adige, the Church of St. Magdalena rises as an icon of Italian landscapes. Located in the Funes Valley, the church is surrounded by lush greenery and the majestic Dolomite peaks in the background. The composition of the simple building against the grandeur of nature makes this place one of the most photogenic in the world. Legend has it that a statue of St. Magdalena was brought to the valley by a storm, resting precisely where the church was built. This mystical touch adds to the already enchanting aura of the region. Nearby, with equally stunning scenery, stands the Church of St. John, another example of architectural beauty in perfect harmony with the natural surroundings. Moving towards central Italy, we find Civita di Bagnoregio, known as the Dying City. Perched atop a volcanic tuff plateau, this medieval village faces a slow and continuous erosion process caused by wind and rain. Each year, the forces of nature steal small fragments of this historical gem, threatening its future existence. The only access to the village is a long pedestrian bridge that leads visitors to a place where time seems to stand still. Inside the town, narrow streets lead to a church at its heart. Only pedestrians and bicycles can traverse these charming paths, ensuring that the tranquil and timeless essence of the place remains intact. On the coast of Campania, the famous Amalfi Coast stretches as one of Italy's most scenic and iconic landscapes. This coastal stretch, with its breathtaking views over the Tyrrhenian Sea, is a perfect combination of natural beauty and human charm. Steep cliffs shape the coastline, where picturesque villages seem to tumble toward the sea. Winding roads connect small beaches and hidden coves, where the crystal-clear blue waters invite visitors to explore. The region's culinary tradition is another irresistible attraction. Fresh lemons, high-quality olive oil, and freshly caught fish form the foundation of a simple yet flavor-rich gastronomy. Amalfi, which lends its name to the entire coast, was once a powerful maritime republic. Today, the village retains traces of its glorious past, blended with the relaxing charm of a tourist destination. Further along, Maiori stands out with the longest continuous beach among the coastal villages, while Trani, smaller and more discreet, offers a peaceful retreat for those seeking serenity. Positano, perhaps the most famous village on the Amalfi Coast, rises above the sea with its colorful houses arranged in tiers. This scenery, widely depicted in paintings and photographs, is a symbol of the Italian dolce vita. Near Positano, the Lee Galli Islands, known in mythology as the home of sirens, add a touch of mystery to the horizon. Among these islands, Gallo Lungo stands out for its distinctive dolphin shape. This place, inhabited since ancient times, carries stories that blend myths and realities, composing yet another fascinating chapter in Italy's rich cultural tapestry. It is said that the sea holds unfathomable secrets. Stories from ancient times, where myth and reality intertwine, still echo in the tranquil waters of the Mediterranean islands. Among them, the Roman islands, according to ancient legends, were inhabited by sirens, mythological creatures capable of enchanting sailors with their melodious voices. The Greek historian Strabo mentioned these mysterious lands, a testament to how past stories continue to fuel our imagination. Fiordo di Furore, a hidden gem on the Amalfi Coast. In Campania, one of the most unique places on the Amalfi Coast reveals itself as a well-kept secret. Called Fiordo di Furore, it is not actually a fjord in the geological sense of the word, but rather a river incision that creates a breathtaking landscape. Picturesque houses seem almost hidden, as if resisting the touch of the outside world. A small beach emerges between the rocks, inviting visitors to a moment of tranquility. From here, a stone bridge stretches between the rocky walls, creating an almost surreal vision, a link between times and landscapes sculpted by nature. Aeolian Islands, a volcanic archipelago full of stories. North of Sicily, in the Tyrrhenian Sea, the Aeolian Islands spread out like volcanic pearls. Their name comes from Aeolus, the Greek god of the winds, an homage to the force that shaped these lands. The island of Vulcano impresses with its active volcanic centers. Despite its geological activity, a small community persists in inhabiting the island, defying nature's power. Trails lead to the Caldera della Fossa, where fumaroles and the smell of sulfur remind visitors that the volcano never sleeps. Stromboli, known as the lighthouse of the Mediterranean, fascinates with its almost continuous eruptive activity for thousands of years. Strombolian eruptions, characterized by intermittent and regular explosions of lava, are a natural spectacle that attracts curious visitors from all over the world. In the villages of Stromboli and Ginostra, inhabitants have adapted their lives to the rhythm of the volcano, while to the northeast, the island of Strombolicchio rises like a monolith in the sea. At its summit, a lighthouse, accessible only by a long staircase, watches over the surrounding waters. Lipari, the largest of the Aeolian Islands. Among the Aeolians, Lipari stands out as the largest and most populous. Its residents are mainly concentrated in the village of the same name, while other small inhabited centers are scattered across the island. At the top, the castle of Lipari, used by various civilizations over the centuries, holds memories of conquests and resistance, witnessing the passage of time amidst the beauty of the Mediterranean. Capri, the island of emperors. Back in Campania, the majestic island of Capri rises with its towering cliffs over the Tyrrhenian Sea. Its lush landscapes, blooming gardens, and panoramic views have not only enchanted modern travelers, but also served as a retreat for Roman emperors such as Augustus and Tiberius. Capri is an invitation to dream, where every corner tells stories, and where the horizon seems infinite, blending the blue of the sky with that of the sea. A place where the past and present meet in perfect harmony, creating a scene that never fails to amaze. This is the essence of the Mediterranean, a blend of legends and beauty that continues to inspire, enchanting those fortunate enough to explore its secrets. Here time seems to stand still, and the soul finds peace in the grandeur of landscapes that echo millennia of history. Colosseum, Rome. Few structures in the world evoke as much fascination, mystery, and power as this colossal amphitheater located in the heart of Rome. Known in antiquity as the Flavian Amphitheater, the Colosseum is not just a symbol of ancient Rome, but also a testament to human ingenuity and ambition. Built under the reign of Emperor Vespasian and completed by his son Titus in 80 after Christ, the Colosseum was more than an architectural marvel. It was a political statement, a gift to the Roman people. After years of turmoil under Emperor Nero's rule, the Flavian dynasty sought to restore the public's trust. And what better way to achieve that than by constructing a grand monument dedicated to public entertainment? The choice of location was strategic. Where Nero's lavish golden palace, the Domus Aurea, once stood, the new amphitheater emerged as a promise to return the space to the Roman people. It was a symbolic declaration that the empire belonged to the people, not just its rulers. The Colosseum is impressive not only for its scale, but also for its innovative architecture. With a height of approximately 164 feet, it had 4 levels and a capacity to hold between 50,000 and 80,000 spectators. Its oval shape, with a longer axis measuring 620 feet and a shorter axis of 512 feet, was designed to provide a clear view of the center of the arena from any point. The seating arrangement was meticulously organized according to social status. In the lower sections near the arena were seats reserved for the emperor, senators, and Roman elite. Higher up sat merchants and commoners, and at the very top, a space was designated for slaves and women who were often relegated to the most distant positions. What took place inside the Colosseum was as remarkable as its structure. The amphitheater hosted a variety of spectacles, from gladiatorial combat to exotic animal hunts, known as venaciones. For these hunts, animals from all corners of the empire, lions, tigers, elephants, and even crocodiles, were brought in and released into the arena. The atmosphere was pure adrenaline as skilled gladiators faced wild beasts, all under the watchful eyes of the crowd. But the arena also staged historical reenactments. In a remarkable feat, the Colosseum was flooded to simulate naval battles known as naumachii. As challenging as it sounds, the Romans developed hydraulic systems to fill the arena with water, creating a spectacular setting for ship-based combat. Gladiators, in turn, were the heart of entertainment at the Colosseum. While many were enslaved or prisoners of war, some were free men seeking fame and fortune. The relationship between the crowd and the fighters was complex. On one hand, they were adored as heroes and symbols of courage. On the other hand, their fates rested in the hands of the public and the emperor, who often decided with a simple gesture whether a gladiator would live or die. However, the games were not merely entertainment. They were a political tool used by emperors to win public favor. In many cases, admission was free and food was distributed to keep the crowd satisfied. It was what the poet Juvenal described as bread and circuses, a strategy to distract people from real issues and maintain social order. The Colosseum was also a reflection of Roman technological innovations. Its foundations were made of concrete, a revolutionary material that allowed for the construction of such massive structures. The exterior was covered in travertine, a white limestone that gleamed in the sun, while marble adorned the seats of the elites. The amphitheater also had an underground tunnel system known as the hypogum. This subterranean complex allowed animals and scenery to be lifted to the arena through movable platforms. It was an ingenious mechanism that added an element of surprise to the spectacles. Imagine the thrill of the audience as a cage emerged from the ground, releasing a hungry lion directly onto the battlefield. Another fascinating aspect of the Colosseum was its velarium, a type of retractable awning that covered part of the arena and protected spectators from the scorching sun. Operated by a specialized team of sailors, the velarium was a testament to Roman technical skill, capable of providing comfort in an environment designed for large crowds. But the history of the Colosseum is not only one of glory. With the decline of the Roman Empire, the amphitheater lost its original function. In the following centuries, it was plundered for building materials, used as a fortress, and even transformed into a shelter for local inhabitants. The marble that once adorned its walls was removed to construct other iconic structures, such as St. Peter's Basilica. Over the centuries, the Colosseum endured devastating earthquakes that compromised its structure. Despite this, it stood strong, surviving as a symbol of resilience and as one of the greatest legacies of the ancient world. During the Renaissance, artists and scholars like Michelangelo and Leonardo da Vinci drew inspiration from its grandeur, reinforcing its status as a cultural icon. Today, the Colosseum is more than just a ruin. It is a portal to the past, a place where one can feel the echoes of the crowds that once roared with excitement during the combats and spectacles of ancient times. It is also a reminder of humanity's contradictions, of its ability to create wonders and its tendency toward violence and spectacle. Walking through its corridors and feeling the texture of its worn stones, one is transported to a world where power and entertainment went hand in hand, where the arena was not just a stage, but a microcosm of a society that celebrated both glory and brutality. Today, more than 2,000 years after its construction, the Colosseum remains one of the most visited tourist destinations in the world. It is recognized as a UNESCO World Heritage Site and was declared one of the new 7 wonders of the world in 2007. Millions of visitors from all over the globe come to Rome to witness this monument, which, despite its scars, continues to inspire awe and reverence. Marina Grande, the gateway to Capri. Capri, one of Italy's most iconic islands, welcomes its visitors through Marina Grande, a starting point for exploring the region's natural and cultural treasures. This vibrant harbor not only offers spectacular views, but also provides access to the crystal-clear waters surrounding the island. Capri is located about 3 miles off the Italian coast in the province of Naples, with an area of approximately 4 square miles. The island is relatively small but packed with wonders. Capri features impressive geological formations such as the famous Faraglioni, towering rock formations that rise from the sea and have become a symbol of the island. Another highlight is the Blue Grotto, a sea cave that glows with a vibrant blue light due to a natural phenomenon of sunlight refraction. Capri's history dates back to antiquity. The island was inhabited as early as the Neolithic period and was colonized by the ancient Greeks before becoming part of the Roman Empire. During Roman times, Capri was transformed into a luxurious retreat. Emperor Tiberius, who ruled between 14 and after Christ, chose the island as his residence and built 12 villas, the most famous being Villa Jovis. This villa, located at the highest point of the island, remains an important archaeological attraction today. After the fall of the Roman Empire, Capri went through a series of occupations, including by the Byzantines, Saracens, and Normans. During the Renaissance, the island was partially forgotten, but in the 19th century it regained attention, particularly among artists, writers, and European aristocrats. Since then, Capri has solidified its reputation as a world-renowned tourist destination. Among the must-see attractions are the famous Faraglioni, 3 towering rock pillars that dramatically emerge from the sea. These natural monuments are more than just geological formations. They are a symbol of the island and witnesses to its rich history. Pentadatilo, haunting beauty and mystery. Located in the Calabria region, Pentadatilo is a village that combines haunting beauty with an air of mystery. Its name comes from the Greek words pente, 5, and daktylos, fingers, referring to the rock formation that dominates the landscape, resembling an open hand. Pentadatilo is a living lesson in history. Founded by the ancient Greeks, the village endured various events over the centuries, including earthquakes and landslides which led to the gradual departure of its inhabitants. By the 1960s, the village was completely abandoned, but in the 1980s, it was rediscovered by groups of artists and historians who fell in love with its charm. Today, Pentadatilo attracts visitors interested in its ruins, panoramic views, and the almost supernatural atmosphere that surrounds the site. It is a destination for those seeking a deep connection with both history and nature. Sardinia, the jewel of the Mediterranean. Sardinia, the second largest island in the Mediterranean, is a land of contrasts, blending paradise-like beaches, rugged mountains, and a historical legacy that spans thousands of years. With an area of about 9,300 square miles, Sardinia is a territory of striking geographic contrasts. Its coastline, stretching approximately 1,240 miles, is an invitation to sea lovers. Here one can find breathtaking beaches, hidden coves, and dramatic cliffs. The Emerald Coast, located in the north, is especially famous for its crystal-clear turquoise waters and white sand, making it one of the island's most exclusive destinations. The interior of Sardinia is equally impressive. Mountains such as the Gennargentu Massif, which reaches an altitude of 6,020 feet, offer opportunities for hiking and outdoor sports. Mediterranean vegetation dominates the landscape, with a mix of forests, shrubs, and grasslands that serve as a habitat for rich biodiversity. The island's fauna includes unique species such as the mouflon, a type of wild sheep, flamingos that inhabit the coastal lagoons, and the Giara horse, a native breed of Sardinia. Additionally, the island is a refuge for various migratory birds, making it a popular destination for birdwatchers. Although the Emerald Coast is synonymous with luxury and sophistication, the region maintains its cultural roots. Sardinia has a rich history dating back to prehistoric times, with archaeological remains such as the nuraghes, ancient stone structures that dot the landscape. Local culture is celebrated in festivals, traditional music, and gastronomy. During the summer, events like the Porto Cervo Jazz Festival attract renowned musicians and music lovers. The hospitality of the Sardinians is also a highlight, with their dedication to preserving local traditions and sharing their cultural heritage with visitors. Porto Flavia. One of Sardinia's most impressive landmarks is Porto Flavia, an old mining station carved directly into the rock. Built in the early 20th century, this unique site allowed ores to be loaded directly onto ships, facilitating transportation and revolutionizing local mining. Its streets tell stories of invasions, conflicts, and rebirths. The historic center, with its medieval buildings, invites visitors to explore the island's past while enjoying breathtaking views of the sea. The Maddalena Archipelago. Off the northeastern coast, the Maddalena Archipelago consists of 7 main islands and several islets. The island of Caprera, in particular, is famous for being the final refuge of Giuseppe Garibaldi, a central figure in Italy's unification. Asinara National Park. Asinara, an island that was once a maximum security prison, is now one of Italy's most spectacular national parks. Known for its albino donkeys, a rare breed that has lived on the island for centuries, Asinara is also a protected marine sanctuary, home to impressive biodiversity. Among the species found in its crystal-clear waters are fish such as the red scorpionfish, the Mediterranean moray eel, and seahorses. The nacre, a rare mollusk known for its vertical position on the seabed, is another highlight. For those who love nature and marine biology, Asinara is an unmissable destination. La Pelosa, a dream beach. South of Asinara is La Pelosa, considered one of the most beautiful beaches in Europe. With its white sands and incredibly clear waters, it is the ideal place to relax and enjoy the best of Sardinia's natural beauty. Sanctuary of Madonna della Corona, a spiritual refuge. We end our journey in one of Italy's most spiritual sites, the Sanctuary of Madonna della Corona, located in the Veneto region. Nestled on the side of a cliff, this sanctuary offers an experience of peace and reflection, along with spectacular views of the surrounding mountains.